what's up, North County? I'm your host, Randy Doty, and today we are talking Paso Robles Pioneer Day, which is coming up this weekend. We got Sarah Kramer and Carly Twisselman with us this morning. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having
Looking
us.
forward to the weekend.
Yes.
We're down to that last bit, huh?
3 days.
3 days. So tell me, Carly, I'm going to start with you. So tell me your role with the Pioneer Day Parade.
Okay. I do publicity, so deal with the newspapers and the media to get the press releases out. Any information that needs to get out, kind of do that. The posters, just kind of the media and publicity.
And what about you, Sarah?
I'm currently the vice chair, so next year I'll take over being in charge of all things Pioneer Day.
Is that considered like the president type?
Yeah, the chair is the president.
Okay.
And then I also am the chair of the Beer Fest committee. So we put on the Firestone Walker Beer Festival.
So, and how long have you guys been involved with the parade?
I've been on the board 14 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I was 12 years.
So this event that's taking place Saturday, let's see, we got all kinds of, actually starts early in the morning, right? Because where they start cooking the beans there in the park. The parade starts at 10. You got little kids, cowboys and cowgirl contest. You got pet contest. You got
that's at 8 a.m. 8:15 in the gazebo. So yeah, little kids come dressed to the nines of all Pioneer Day. So we do Pioneer Day boy and girl 0 to 3 ages, and then another category 4 to 7, and then the little cowboy cowgirl contest too, same ages.
So tell me about this
Whiskerino contest. So the Whiskerino contest takes place on the steps of the Carnegie Museum or Carnegie Library, Historical Museum, right after the parade. And so it is a mustache or beard competition. And how it started, so you've probably seen the Smooth Puss badges. So that was the first and only fundraiser that Pioneer Day had. So way back when Pioneer Day started, the businessmen were saying thank you to the farmers and ranchers for supporting them. So if you think about it, farmers and ranchers usually had beards and the city folk were usually clean cut. So what the city folk would do is they would grow out their beards and mustaches to kind of pay homage to the farmers and ranchers. So those who couldn't grow a beard or mustache would have to buy the Smooth Puss badge, or else they'd get thrown into the hooskow. So you wanted facial hair. That was the big thing you wanted for Pioneer Day. So the Whiskerino contest is judging your facial hair. So you come, this year it's being judged by a hairstylist from On the Park Salon. And you come and they have a most unique, softest, longest, best. They have, it's like 5 or 6 different categories.
Really?
And so yes, they're judged.
How many people would you say that participate in this contest?
Like last
Usually
year, we have like
12, 15, and some do it every year.
And some people are new and will just grow out, like try to grow it out just for the competition. So
And what's the prize?
we have plaques.
Yeah.
And bragging rights.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's you see some, it seems like everybody's like in this beard mustache thing, you can see a beard, it's like, wow, that's a pretty cool beard.
Well, all the product too. I know last year we talked about what wax and what
All the different things that they were actually putting in it. Like, this one guy had his whole kit, was making himself all pretty before the competition. Yeah.
Very cool. So that happens at 12:30.
Correct.
In the park. You also have a horseshoe pitching contest over there, probably on the south side.
Correct. At the horseshoe pits in the park.
Right.
Yep.
And then you also have Gymkhana happening over there at the event center.
Yes.
And then Pioneer games start at 3 p.m.
Correct. So it's a full day of fun, and it's all free.
All free. So I just want to emphasize the fact that everything, except for if you go to the games and you buy beer or something like that, or something, but everything is free, just like the original point of Pioneer Day being that this is a free event for everybody.
Yep. Leave your pocketbook at home is our motto. And 95 years later, that's the number one thing. Anytime that we think of adding something or doing something, our number one thing is to make sure that we keep that heritage alive.
What is something that you could add to it to make it better?
Well, like 2 years ago, Leo Gelato asked if he wanted to donate gelato. So you get your beans in the park, and now he has gelato in the park. Or Pioneer Games, that was new. So when John came to us asking the board if we'd be interested in that, that was the biggest thing, is it had to be free.
So the way I understand, and I'll get this with John a little bit later as far as the Pioneer Days, but this games, this is something that goes on in different places across the country.
Correct. Yeah. So John, actually, his hometown, you'll hear about it, but that's where he kind of came up with it and then brought it here. Thought it would be fun for us.
So people that are watching right now, just this happens over there at the fairgrounds. Again, it's free.
In the main grandstand.
In the main grandstand. You've got potato picking, you've got hay stealing, you've got the women's trailer backing up contest.
The most popular one.
Right? You must have a bunch of entries for that, because I saw people posting all over the place the last couple weeks that they were signing up.
Last year, it was full last year. Yes, so.
And yeah, big prize money, $1,000 to.
Because I thought it was
place.
800. So, but I knew I just thinking to myself, going, my gosh, $800 to back up a trailer.
But it's a lot more nerve-wracking than you think, with all those people in the stands and the cones and all the things.
Well, I already saw some conversation about should we put weight in the back of the truck and the trailer, to keep it from
Balance.
bouncing. Yeah, oh my gosh, this is starting to get into a competition. So, so tell me, what is it like putting this such a big event on? I think, Carly, you mentioned there was 130 or 25 entries?
entries, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me what it's like putting this event on.
Well, we work
Lots of hands.
Yeah, we work all year long. So we have monthly meetings. Our board has monthly meetings, and we start discussing it basically the week after Pioneer Day. We start discussing for the next year. And then starting in August, we meet weekly. And starting in August, there are open meetings. So our board is 24 individuals, but we have 100 people that help us put on the actual event of Pioneer Day. So our open meetings, they start coming, and then we start getting into the nitty-gritty details. And then throughout the day, the tractor guys start at 4 a.m., the rest of us start at 6 a.m., and the city starts at 4 a.m. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes, then the parade starts at 10. So we have 6 hours worth of work before you even start the parade.
You guys open up the Pioneer Museum also on that day? Mm-hmm. So people after the parade, because some of these tractors will be in the parade, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, most of our tractors run through the parade.
Okay.
So, and then this year, since it's our 95th year, we're doing something special. A handful of the larger tractors are actually going to turn at 12th Street, and they're going to be parked in the park from the time they get there, so probably 10:30 until 1:30. They'll be parked in the park between Park and Pine on 12th Street, so people will be able to see them. The rest of the tractors go through the rest of the parade and then go to the Pioneer Museum, and they're all on display at the Pioneer Museum. And the Pioneer Museum is open. They have butter making, different activities for the family down there as well.
So not only do you guys put on the parade, there's other events that you guys do. You guys do the Antique Tractor Show, correct?
Best of the West.
The Best of the West. Mm-hmm. So, you guys not only preparing for this event, the Best of the West isn't a small event either.
And the Best of the West happens in May, and it's actually really nice because now, before we started Best of the West, we only had one day our tractors were running a year. So now Best of the West, we have basically 2 times a year that they're running, so it's a lot easier to keep them running. So they're working on them consistently throughout the year now.
So crazy. So we got everything starts off. Can people go there and put down their chairs? the night before?
Oh
or-
yeah,
People
if you
do.
drive Spring
Okay.
Street at night, like because we have another event that we do for some people on Friday night, so we're also at the museum on Friday night. But you drive home from that night, and there's chairs already lined up. And at 4 a.m, when I'm going to the park to help set up for the little contests, it's lined with chairs.
So Sarah, how does somebody, if they want to get involved, help donate? I mean, I'm assuming you guys take donations and all that
yes.
stuff. You need volunteers' help.
Yes, we have donations. The community helps us so much. You can donate online at our website. We have various events. Like 2 weekends ago, we had the kickoff party, which is a large fundraiser for us, and then also buying tickets to the beer festival, that is a fundraiser for us, those sort of things. And then as far as volunteering, we always need volunteers. We have volunteers at every single street corner to help, like I help with the staging of all the different entries, and then after the parade starts, we have individuals making sure that people aren't crossing streets in front of the tractors or horses, making sure that people aren't sitting in the street, all those sort of things. So we have lots of people and volunteers needed for the day of.
Awesome. Well, cool. Well, we've got Olivia Anderson, which is one of the bells.
She is the bell.
The bell. Okay. So what exactly does that mean?
Okay, so the bell, there's a bell attendants and the bell. And in order to be considered for the bell, you need to be a high school senior, either living in Templeton or Paso, and your family has to have been here since World War II. So basically your family's been here a long time and you're 17 and 19 years old going into your senior year. So at high school.
And do they submit in for this, or do you guys reach out to them through the family?
Both. So we have a list of different people that are coming up, and then we also put press release things out on Facebook, like, hey, if you fit this criteria or know someone who is and is interested in being a bell, contact us.
Interesting.
So then we get a group of girls together, and then they have to research their family's history and do different things, which you'll learn from our current bell. But everyone's a bell attendant, and then at our royalty dinner we announce the bell, and so, or bell nominee, we announce the bell, and we kind of rotate from area to area. So it's not really like a competition where they have to do anything, but it's, if Union was last year, it might be Estrella this year, or if Geneseo, or whatever the different regions in the area.
And this year happens to be York Mountain.
Correct.
But Olivia has family history in a different district.
Both.
In both of them.
You have to have, yeah. So like Lori, who you'll hear from, she represented Templeton, but she had family history in Templeton and downtown Paso. So you can just kind of choose your different
And
areas.
I was reading one of the markups, and I forget which bell it was on, but it said at the bottom, so be careful, you might be related to somebody, which is very true in the North County. I mean, there's so much truth to that, to where it's like, oh, my so-and-so here, and this and that. You're like, oh my God.
My favorite thing is at the royalty dinner when we announce the royalty, and they go through the family history, and then they say related families. And some people, it's like 20 different names that they're all, that they're related to. So
Right?
it's really fun.
Well, let's not even get into the Twisselmans.
I know.
He'll be here all day
They
long.
have a book. The Twistlers
Right?
actually have a family history book.
Well, yeah, it was hard to name a kid that's not, the name's not already taken.
Yeah, you guys just start making up. You just start
I
making up
know.
stuff. Awesome, ladies. Well, thanks for coming on. Thanks for bringing and putting this together, so that way we can get a little bit of more of the history of the Pioneer Day Parade coming up this Saturday. Parade kicks off at 10 a.m.
Yes.
So
See you there.
looking forward to it. Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna take a break, and we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today. We can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.
welcome back to What's Up North County, guys. We are talking the 95th Pioneer Day Parade coming up in Paso this Saturday, and we've got Olivia Anderson, the bell, right? And we got Lori Woods, chair with the parade, correct?
Correct.
Awesome. Thanks for coming on. So I'm super excited. You know, I mean, there's so much history. There's so much stuff I did not know about this, and I've lived here my entire life, right? And I think I've been to the parade like maybe 4 times. So unbeknownst to any reason, it's just the way that works out timing wise. But seeing last year's parade and the year before with the tractors, you know, these massive tractors, something that you would see out of like the movie Wild Wild West with Will Smith, right? These massive iron tractors in full operation.
Yeah, we're one of the few parades out there that has equipment as old as we have still running. Most museums are all static, and ours is a running, living, breathing parade we put on each year.
Lori, how long have you been with the parade?
I've been participating in the parade my entire life. My family, as long as I can remember, has been either in it or helping put it on. When I got back from my excursion back east after college, I jumped right in. So since I think 2009, my aunt was sitting on the board, we're doing the lineup, and she's like, come help me. And I'm like, okay, I got nothing to do on Saturday, why not? And I have just never stopped.
It seems like it's been getting bigger and bigger. It seems like more and more people are like, you know, it's more family draw.
I think we're trying.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of those events that easily could go away. You get bigger towns, bigger cities, people who don't know the history, don't know the traditions, and we've been very fortunate to be able to keep it alive, keep people wanting to come and get involved. My thinking and the way my grandma always says is like, if you've got roots here, you're from here, and this is your hometown, no matter how long you've been here, and that's important. And it's really nice to see some newbies like Sarah, our vice chair, jump right in. She's not from here, but she moved here and this is home. And so she gets involved to keep that for the future generations. So I think it has grown by wrapping our arms around not just those generations of people who've been here since the beginning, 1931, but also inviting the new people who want to get involved and want to participate and have fun and make it family friendly for everyone.
And it really is. You say 1931. You know, with the way that it started, I want to emphasize the fact that this is all free. So obviously, the parade's free. You have bean feed, which is free. You even have this this cool Pioneer Day games at the event center, which is free. You know, so I just want to emphasize the fact that everything is free.
Yes.
To a little bit of a point, right? But for the most part, everything's free that you guys are putting on, I should say.
Yes, that we put on. And we can only do that with our sponsors and with the community donations we get. People believe in this, want to keep it going, and they open their pocketbooks throughout the year in order to make this day about the camaraderie and family and traditions.
That's awesome. So, Olivia, I want to talk to you. So you're the belle. How does that make you feel?
I was, honestly, when I heard that I was the belle at the dinner, I was so, like, in shock because every year that I can remember for Pioneer Day, we've gone and it's been, like, a really big deal. My mom has been, like, obsessed with Pioneer Day. So, yeah, when I heard I was the belle, I was, like, so shocked.
And your mom was a belle as well.
Yes, yeah.
So you had to do a little bit of research, from what I understand, to be considered a belle.
Yes.
Right? So what kind of research did you dig up that surprised you the most?
I've heard, like, kind of from my family history my whole life, it's kind of just been like, oh, we came from Italy in our early 1900s, stuff like that. But when I was doing, like, research on my family history, my family got here, the earliest my family got here was from Norway in before 1918, I think. So that's what surprised me the most, was that we got here way before than I thought we did.
That's interesting. And you have roots, your family have been a part of the parade and bells for almost as long. Since 1930? Wait a minute.
I think the first bell in my family, it was my
1948.
great-grandma's, or great-grandma and her twin sister. They were one of the only 2 sets of twins bells, and that was in 1948.
That's crazy. And just thinking about how the parades, how the towns, how everything has transitioned over, you're thinking, well, we're 95 years, in this, and how and why it started. Do you know why it started?
I don't, actually.
The reason why? It was, to bring the community together, because it got the Depression and making it to where it was a unified gathering amongst everybody, and hearing the story about the beard and the guys that couldn't grow beards. It's super interesting. So, I mean, I'm sure you as a young adult is thinking that, there's so much history that we live in that you get to see, and then you get to be a part of this history. So how does that make you feel?
I think it's pretty cool that I think I'm 5th or 4th generation, and I already have nieces that are lined up to be bells in the future. So, I think that's pretty cool that it's still going. The generations are still going on to be in Pioneer Day.
So I see here you have aspirations to go to fashion school and become a personal stylist shopper.
Yes.
What is that? I mean, I know what style is, but personal, what does that mean?
If someone wants to hire me for an event that they're going to, I could put together an outfit for them. And I could use for the shopping part, they tell me what they like and I go and find it for them.
So with the position of the bell, can you make your own dress if you wanted to?
Yeah. I want to say the picnic in San Miguel, I made a shirt for that I was wearing, and I wanted it to be a gingham print because I felt like that would be good for a picnic.
You want it to be a what?
Gingham print.
Okay.
What a picnic blanket, the red.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I made that for the picnic.
And did you have to do any type of preparations for this coming weekend? I know sometimes in pageants, they teach the girls how to walk, they teach them how to public talk, any of that kind of stuff?
Nope. I just had to make sure I had a dress and get my nails done today, stuff like that. Awesome.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So I'm sure this is a great honor for you and your family. And I heard Mom was more excited than anybody.
Yeah.
So long as you guys can continue on that generation with your nieces and continue on. So looking forward to it. Are you scared? Are you nervous? You got any last words?
No, I'm not nervous. I'm kind of excited for it.
You can participate in the Pioneer Day games?
I actually have no idea.
We can have past bell races.
Right. Ooh, that's an idea.
There we go. Up and over the hay
John.
bales. Up and the hay bales will already be there, so you can race some of the old ones. So, ladies, thanks for coming on. Congratulations, Lori. Thanks for coming on and sharing a little bit of the Pioneer Day Parade and all the events that's going to be coming up this weekend, Saturday. Parade starts at 10 a.m. Pioneer games start at 3 p.m. And everything is free. We just can't overemphasize that because I was really surprised that everything was free. So there you go. Awesome, ladies. Well, there you go, guys. Hey, we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Glenn McWilliams.
And I'm Annie. As sixth-generation farmers, we understand what it takes to keep a ranch, a farm, and a community growing strong.
And that's why we started Premier Ag to bring quality feed, trusted Western wear, and real service to the Central Coast.
From hay delivery across the county to hands-on support for local youth and ag programs, we're proud to give back to the community that raised us.
And when we say from seed to stable, we mean it. We've walked the fields, we've fed the animals, and now we're here to serve families just like yours.
Come visit us at 1041 Paso Robles Street in Paso Robles. and experience the difference of a store built by farmers for farmers.
From seed to store, where quality meets country.
Looking for a top quality concrete coating in SLO County? Hi, I'm Matt Gifford with MGP Coatings, your trusted local expert in durable, long-lasting concrete coatings backed by Pentec's limited lifetime warranty. Whether it's residential or commercial, we deliver expert craftsmanship, premium products, and unbeatable customer service. When we say we make concrete great again, we mean it. As a locally owned, community-driven company, we take pride in transforming garages, patios, pool decks, wineries, and even interior spaces into stunning, functional areas. Are you ready to upgrade your space? Give us a call at 805-952-5301. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, or visit mattgiffordpainting.com. Join the MGP Coating family today.
Hey, welcome back to What's Up North County, and we are talking about the 95th Pioneer Day Parade happening this weekend, this Saturday in Paso Robles, and we got John Fuller here. So, John, you brought a new element to this whole history of the Pioneer Day Parade. Tell me about that.
So I pitched this about 2.5 years ago. Margaret Wicks was the chairman at the time, and Lori was coming on, and I could see a little bit of fear, like this is a pretty big idea, but we'd like to take and do something in the afternoon, and the fairgrounds is a perfect venue. And we created the Pioneer Games and started it last year. This will be our second annual this year.
But you have a little bit more, like you've experienced it in your hometown.
Yeah, I grew up in Antelope Valley, and they have what's called the Rural Olympics, and it's the Alfalfa Festival. So there was events related to hay because there was so much hay around. And so I grew up watching hay stealing and tug of war amongst grown men farmers. And I said that this could probably work here.
And so when you brought that to the board, was it very well received? Everybody's like, absolutely, let's do this.
It was well received as long as we didn't add anything to their plate, because those folks, they work hard. They already have full plates overflowing. And so I said, yeah, I can do this. I can put this together without infringing on what you guys are already doing. And they let me.
So you completely take the steering wheel on the games part.
To try to raise money, to try to get contestants, to get the venue, to get the insurance. And yeah, like I said, the Pioneer Day board and committee, they work their tails off. They were not looking for an extra chore. But I knew that if we could put this together, it would be successful, and it would be something that people would want to come back and see again and again.
So, John, tell me about some of the sponsors that help you put this together, because, I mean, not only do you have, like you said, the insurance, which we know insurance isn't cheap for that kind of stuff.
Right.
Not only do you have the venue, that because it's a state-ran venue, they want their money, and you guys pay winners.
Yeah.
To participate and win.
That doesn't happen without amazing sponsors. Borhone Auto, Central Coast Trailers, JB Doer, King's Oil Tools, MGE, MTM Construction, Remax Success, just people that listened to the idea and thought it was a good idea and were willing to put dollars behind it.
It's such a great idea because, again, last year was the first time, which we just heard about it literally the week of that there was these games going on. My first thought was, where? You know, I'm thinking everything's in the park. Where are they going to hold these games at? And then it was at the event center. And we went there, and, you know, I mean, there was people there. I think it could have been a lot better. But, again, I think it was like, let's get this out there. And I think it wasn't like too many weeks ahead of time that you guys put all this together. So it was kind of like not a last minute, but, you know, it wasn't very well promoted per se.
I think the hoops were so monumental that we couldn't jump through them in July when we started. It took time to get an insurance policy for an event like this that nobody's ever covered before. And so we got the insurance policy days or weeks before the event, and so promotion-wise, I said let's roll it out. The folks that are there are surely going to carry the word. The contestants are going to have a good time and come back, and they did. And yeah, we're hoping to have 10 times the crowd that we did last year.
I would say so, because like I said, it was pretty fun. It was a good time to see. You know, I mean, you don't see stuff like that. You don't see somebody driving around stabbing potatoes from a car or a Jeep or a Cadillac. You know.
Yeah, you see it once a year.
Right. Oh, I had a blast. I was just like, it was so outside of away from the box as far as anything that I anticipated that to be.
Yeah,
you know,
it's entertaining. I had everybody come up to me afterwards and say, we were entertained the entire time. We try not to have any lag time or any downtime between the events. As soon as something's wrapping up and you're done laughing, the next thing is going and you're ready to sit on the edge of your seat again.
I want to emphasize that it's free. So this is a free event. Starts at 3 o'clock over at the Paso Robles Event Center, the main grandstand. What can somebody expect, like time-wise? A couple hours?
3 to 5, yeah.
Okay.
3 to 5, roughly.
So we have, and I'm going to go through what we have here, John.
Okay.
We have bale wagon harrow bed race.
Okay, so when you see hay bales out in the field as you're driving to and from work, wherever, there's machines that pick up those hay bales and put them in blocks so that they can be squeezed up onto a trailer. Those are called harrow beds or bale wagons. We have 2 of those going to race side by side, picking up 64 bales each. Then they have to drop their stack in the grandstands, and there's hydraulic push rods that push the machine away carefully so that you don't knock the stack down, and the machines will come back and cross the finish line. First fastest time wins.
And we have hay hurdle relay.
Correct. We have stacks of hay bales. There'll be a big round bale in the middle. We'll have teams of 4, 2 on this side and 2 on that side, carrying a baton like you would see in the Olympics or in a decathlon, and they have to carry the baton back and forth, jumping over the bales, going through a hay tunnel, and fastest time wins.
And I want to put some highlight on that. Sometimes those feet don't get all the way over those bales, as I saw last year.
That's true.
And you get some small humor there.
Some acrobatics.
Right? We have celebrity tractor tire race.
That's correct. We have Mayor John Hammond, we have Supervisor Debbie Arnold, and we have Fair Board President Rob Beneso, and we're going to throw in a ringer against them. They have to roll a pretty large tractor tire forward, maybe 30, 40 feet around a barrel, and then roll it back to the finish line.
Really?
It's for bragging rights, basically, and a trophy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We have hay stealing contest.
Hay stealing contest is teams of 2 in your own pickup. You have to steal out of a stack of hay as many hay bales as you can with no hooks in 3 minutes. At the 3-minute mark, your truck is full. You probably have bales on top of your hood and your roof, tailgate. Last year, somebody put a bale inside the cab of the truck and drove to the finish line. And it pays $1,000 to win that one.
So that one pays $1,000. Oh my gosh.
to win. Yeah.
And we got the antique car potato race.
Correct.
That's where you're stabbing the potatoes, going around the arena the fastest you can.
The car has to be at least 50 years old. There's 10 potatoes around the arena, staged 30 feet apart. And you have to stab with a broom handle with a spear on the end. The passenger is stabbing. The driver has to be careful not to run over the potatoes. The fastest time to pick up all 10 potatoes wins.
Wow. And we got women's truck and horse trailer backing.
Correct. And this is your own truck and trailer. We have, right now we have 7 entries. You have to pass 4 barrels. They're all staged 12 feet apart in a square. You pass the 4 barrels and line up and then back through the 4 barrels without hitting anything. Last year, 28 something seconds. And that also pays $1,000 to win.
Wow. And then we got tug of wars. Got some kids out there
the
playing.
Bearcat, the varsity football team will be out there again like they were last year.
Awesome. We got tractor stake races. Kind of like a weave-in barrel,
It's like a pole bending.
Pole bending.
Yep, exactly.
And then we got crawler tractor keyhole race, what is that?
Okay, so similar to a gymkhana, we have a keyhole painted on the ground with a lane and a big circle. The crawler tractor has to enter the lane and turn around inside the circle and exit without touching any of the lines.
So somebody's out there watching.
It sounds easy, but it's pretty tough to make those old machines do a spin on a dime.
Awesome.
And this is where you're going to see some of the J.B. Dewar tractor restoration tractors, some of those beautiful tractors you see in the parade. They're going to be out there playing with them as well.
Very awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, John.
Yeah, it should be
Again,
fun.
it's free Saturday, 3 p.m. At the Paso Robles Event Center. Come down there, bring your money because they're going to have drinks,
There'll be
so you
food and
can buy
beverage for
some
sale.
stuff down there. But
Yeah.
to come in and enjoy the event on Paso.
Yeah, you've not seen anything like it.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on and sharing, and thanks for putting this together because this
Thank you.
is a hoot. I tell you that.
Yeah, thanks for having
So,
us.
yes, sir. All right, guys, we'll be right back to What's Up North County. When it comes to comfort, trust the team that's been keeping the North County homes cozy since 1995. At Templeton Heating and Air Conditioning, they're your hometown pros right here in Templeton. From tune-ups to repairs, remodels to new construction, even duct replacements and attic ventilation, they got you covered. Call your neighbors at 805-434-3741. Templeton Heating and Air Conditioning. Local, trusted, dependable.
What's up, North County? This is Teresa Branch with Airflow Filter Service. We are a family-owned business right here in the North County. We have air filters, oils and lubricants, and hydraulic hoses. We provide services that include air filter cleaning, DPF cleaning, and waste oil collection. Come check us out at 1140 Ramada Drive, and we can help you with all your automotive and industrial vehicle needs.
Hey, welcome back to What's Up North County, and we are talking 95th Pioneer Day Parade happening this weekend, this Saturday. Parade starts at 10 a.m. And guys, it's a full event happening down there in downtown Paso Robles at the park. And at 3 p.m., you can stay way over there to the event center, and you have a Pioneer Day games happening, which is also free, happening at 3 p.m. But we have the marshal here. We have Gary Tucker here. Gary, thanks for coming in, and tell me a little bit about your history here.
Well, my grandparents all came here in wagons and came from England and Scotland.
And settled here, huh?
Yeah, the Tuckers left Leavenworth the day after the Civil War was over and came by themselves, 2 wagons and 7 kids. They went to Texas route and then up through the Badlands. And my great-grandfather, his father had died and his mother had remarried and was married to somebody that lived in Watsonville. And they came through Creston and then went to Watsonville and found her and then came back to Shandon, and there was already relatives here. So,
did you get to really deep dive into kind of that journey with some of your older grandparents, aunts, and uncles?
My grandpa Tucker, Fred, had a book that I have, and he was 17 years old when he got here. He wrote down daily what they were doing, where they were at, and the trip all the way to here, and all the way to Watsonville and back. And when he got to Crescent, his mom made him help build a school. He was 17, and she made him go to school.
Build the school that he's going to go to.
Yeah.
Is that the one that's still there?
Yeah, as far as I know, it is. If they haven't moved it or tore it down or burned it down, one of the two.
So this book that you're saying, is that a published book or only just a family book?
Handwritten.
Oh my gosh. Has there ever been talk about putting that into a publication?
No.
Have you read it?
Oh, yes. And my grandfather on my grandmother's side, he owned a bar and a blacksmith shop in Shallam, and he was a judge, and it has people's names that my grandparents raised me, that would come in for a drink. They'd write it down. And at the end of the month, when they got paid, they'd cross it all over, start over again. It's kind of fun to read because I remember some of the names that my grandparents talked about. They went all the way from Shallam to San Miguel to buy liquor. And it came in 7-gallon barrels. It's like 1 out of 5 or a 10. Those 7 gallons. And
Interesting. Do you know how long that trip would take?
Probably 2 days. Well, on a buggy, they might have made it in a day. But my grandfather from Shalem, it took him 2 days with a team of horses and 3 wagons full of grain to come to Paso Robles. They stopped, got the old Coburn place, just this side of Shandon. Spent the night, came to town, got whatever their supplies were, and then back to there and home. Took them 4 days.
Wow. Gary, so tell me, what has it been like? You're 6 generations here, right? Is that what I have correct? The changes that has happened since you were a kid to now, just in the North County alone.
Well, Paso Robles probably had, I don't know, 2,500 people in it. During the war, it was a busy place. I can remember the Friday night, you didn't want to go on 41 because all the GIs were going to LA. It was nothing but headlights and taillights. And there was, 100,000 guys at Camp Roberts. My mom and my sister and I lived in Paso for a while. And then when I was in the 4th grade, we went out to Shalem to live with my grandparents and stayed there until I went into service in '61. It was much better than it is today. The people, they did stuff with a handshake. Mm-hmm. My grandfather and Howard Jack owned the Shalem Ranch. They traded property on a handshake. And, went down and recorded the stuff. But that's how people did stuff in those days. It's different now.
You got, as people move into our area, we go from cattle to wine, and, you see, home prices being as they are, and you look back and you jump your memory back 20, 30, 40 years ago, the way that this area used to look, right? Kind of down there, you had the sales yard. Well, sales yard's not there anymore. Now you have, houses. Across from there, you had Madonna's yard full of, equipment in the boneyard. Now it's houses. But you see the growth that's happening around here. But there's still a little bit of hometown community feel, kind of like what the Pioneer Day Parade, stands for.
Yes. It's not the same as it was back then. There were local people that have lived here for generations, and now you got newcomers. That's fine, but the price of houses and stuff is absolutely ridiculous. I built houses for $100 a square foot, bought concrete for $15 a yard. Now it's probably $130 a yard.
Wow.
I started out in LA as a journeyman carpenter, $3.10 an hour. Now they're probably $75 an hour.
It's crazy.
It makes.
But back then, work ethics, and I'm sure, I know both your family, I know your family, and, work ethics, you have instilled that into them, into their careers and their families as well.
Yeah, hard work never hurt anybody. It's kind of a thing of the past now, that people want to make a lot of money, but they don't want to do anything for it. That's my view. It's just different, The people were didn't tell you how to do something. Now that people move here from Frisco and LA, they want to tell us how to do things different.
What are some of the old memories that you have from being a kid in this area that's maybe somebody like me or somebody that it's not there anymore. Like obviously we have like the almond factory, which is now a winery.
Yeah.
What are some of those old landmarks or some of those
the
old
old
things?
Alliance Square. You came to town maybe once a month, and it was 40 miles to town, and you went to the Mercantile, and you went to Hudson's Drug Store, and you went to Orchard's Market and Farmers Alliance, and that was about it. Maybe you went to see a doctor once in a while, somebody did. I remember when I was a kid, Doc Peachy was a dentist in town, and Doc Sobey, the doctor that delivered me in Atascadero, he was in Paso, and now there's lots of doctors.
And you have still a lot of families, such as your Tuckers, such as the Twilsmans, such as the Madonnas, that still reside here in the North County.
Yes, I have 2 sons and 6 grandkids. 2 of them, unfortunately, have to live in LA, but the rest of them all still live here locally. Well, my oldest granddaughter is going to nurses school. She'll be graduating in less than a year or so. That'll be nice.
Now, how was it raising kids in this area?
Well, I worked from one end of California to the other, and when I got up at Hunter Liggett, finished the job there, I said, I don't want to go. I have 2 boys, so I'm going to raise them here. So I did it. It was easy, they never got in any trouble. I wouldn't want to raise kids in LA or Frisco or anywhere else. It's just nice around here.
Probably why it's growing so much as it is, because that comment right there, that it is, that little piece of paradise in California that we live in and that we get to call home.
Yeah, you can't find much better weather than here, and the climate is unreal. We just came back from the Great Lakes and can't believe all the water they have compared to what we have. We're getting less and less all the time, but I think it's going to change.
We hope so.
Yeah.
Gary, what was it like to be given the honor of being the marshal of the 95th Pioneer Day Parade?
It was a surprise. They didn't call me. They called my son and had him call me. And there's a lot of people here, probably older than I am, that have been here for as long or longer. It was a surprise. My grandfather was there, and my uncle was there. There might be other relatives, but I've never seen a list of 95 years.
Well, I read the history of it, how it all started, and they still push that everything's free. You have the bean feed, you have obviously the parade, you have now the games, which, did you participate in the games last year?
No. I haven't been to the Pioneer Days since my grandfather quit driving the 3 wagons with the 12 mules. I used to take time off every year, come and help him go gather them, and then we'd practice in the parking lot across from the fairgrounds. And he gave it up. I don't know what year it was, but it was a long time ago, and I don't think they've done it since. He drove it with a single jerk line, and it was fun to do that.
Gary, tell me real quick, because that's what it says right here, is where it's how the parade started. Originally was a 14-mule jerk line team was in the parade.
Yeah.
So what is a jerk line? What does that mean?
It's one line. God, it's a G and a H. I can remember him hollering that. But it was like you pull once and they'd go left, I'll say, and you pull jerk twice and they'd turn right. And they were amazing animals. big as they are, and they are stubborn. And it was fun to do with the 3 wagons, and they wanted us to go to the Rose Parade, and my grandfather said no, wouldn't do it. It's, you know, you can scare those animals and they would kill people. If they ever took off, there's no way you're going to stop them. You have to get them down first. There's no brakes on those trailers that'll hold them.
Very interesting. So Gary, what you haven't been to the parade in quite a few
number of years, yes.
So this will be the first time that you see the escalated levels that it has raised in the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
So what does that mean to you?
It'd be interesting. You know, I don't think they have too many new tractors that you know, they've had those old ones since I was a little kid, and they've run them for years, and it's fun to watch that, the hard work that goes into keeping those things running. When I was a kid, Ted Coburn was the one that kept them all running, but he was a tractor mechanic here in town. Now there's lots of people helping keep them running. No, I've been to the tractor thing in Margarita, and that was interesting. It's the same tractors, plus they haul more in from all over the country.
And some of these kids that are restoring these through the JB Do are doing some amazing work.
Yes.
These things look like they just come off the showroom floor.
Yep, you can put them back on the showroom, probably better than make them off the showroom floor.
And it's really interesting to think about some of those parts that they get. I mean, they're not made anymore, so they almost have to make them.
Matter of fact, well, they were simple in those days compared to today's tractors. It was much easier to make a part for them. The new ones, it's like, no, wouldn't want to have to do that.
Gary, back in the day, before we go out, I want to find out, so we were kind of a cattle area, you know, back in the day, kind of transitioned into wine, you know, wine and grapes. And what was the product that was grown the most besides the almonds? We know that. We see them all over the hills. What was some of the other product that was?
Wheat and barley and oats. Then there for a while, got in the 50s, there was sugar beets. And my dad won a trip to Hawaii. He never went, but for the biggest sugar beet. I forget what it weighed, but I didn't know my dad, so.
And they had it here?
Shandon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
But they hauled them all up, like by King City to, what is that? Like you're going to Monterey, over there, that little town, they hauled the sugar beets there. They hauled some they shipped out of here. But there was a lot of sugar beets in the old days. But mostly was grain farmers. Alliance Square was huge. We shipped a lot of grain out of it, clear out of the area. We grew a special Henshin barley one time for a 102 brewery in San Francisco. We only did it 1 year. It's some nasty stuff.
You want to drink it?
Itch. Oh, God, it itched. But
that's great.
But my grandparents raised registered cattle and sold them all over the world. We shipped them to Japan. We shipped them to Russia. We shipped them everywhere. And it's kind of interesting. Shipped a lot of them to Hawaii. But it was fun as a kid growing up. Went to a one-room schoolhouse. My school teacher was also my mother's school teacher. And then there wasn't enough kids at Annette at the ranch, so we had to go to Chelam, 9 miles, in the one-room schoolhouse. I graduated from the 8th grade. There was 8 kids, 1 in every grade. And then went to Shandon High School.
Now, would you go by car or buggy, or how would you go?
Car.
You would go by car.
Yeah. Esther Robles, she was an Indian, and she had Charlie was her husband, and he never said much. But she drove a little Chevy car, and we'd come up to the ranch and pick us kids up, and any kids back down the road to go to school. And then at afternoon, she'd pick us up and take us home. And then high school, I rode a bus, and I rode 120 miles probably in a day going to and from.
Well, I could imagine probably back there in those days. I mean, you're out there in the mountains, the hills. I mean, I'm sure people came to school on horseback.
My mom did, but not me. It was only like 3 miles to the Annette school. And we just, Esther would pick us up and take us up there and drop us off, and come pick us up.
Awesome.
And those days, the teacher could give you a licking if you needed it.
All right. We need those days now.
We need those back. Yes, we do.
Yes, sir. Bring back a little bit of history. If it is anything, bring back that.
And, I still liked her when I graduated, so.
Well, of course.
No big deal.
Awesome. Well, Gary, thanks for coming on. Thanks for a little bit of that history. Congratulations. And looking forward to seeing you out there. What are you going to be on? Are you going to be on a tractor? Are you going to be on a float?
A wagon. Some kind of a wagon drawn by mules.
Yeah. Are you going to be operating it?
No.
You're going to be in the back?
Yep.
The Bloody Mary or something? Or
No, I don't drink.
All right. No. You'll sit there and wave to people and enjoy the nice cool weathers.
Yes.
Mid 70s.
I've been here when it rained. I've been here when it was hot. Pioneer Day, but it's supposed to be in the 70s.
It's supposed to be a nice day.
Yep.
Well, once again, thanks again. Thanks again for the history and the little bit of a memory lane walking back up from back then to now. And congratulations again.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Well, there you have it, guys. Hey, it's happening this weekend. Pioneer Day Parade, Saturday. It's going to be awesome. The 95th annual parade starts at 10 a.m. right there on right around the park. Bean feed, costume contest. If you got a mustache and a beard, go down there. And I mean, there's all kinds of cool stuff happening. 3 p.m. starts the Pioneer Games over there at the Paso Robles Event Center. It's a day full of fun, designed to be community unity. We'll see you there, guys. But as always, we can't do this without you and our sponsors. We'd like to thank Esclar Wine Travelers Hideaway, Visit Atascadero, 805 Custom, MGP Coating, Premier Ag, Trailer Barn, Story Termite Pest Control, Borhone Auto Center, Kennedy Club Fitness, Airflow Filter Services, and Templeton Heating and Air. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you Saturday. When it comes to comfort, trust the team that's been keeping the North County homes cozy since 1995. At Templeton Heating and Air Conditioning, they're your hometown pros right here in Templeton. From tune-ups to repairs, remodels to new construction, even duct replacements and attic ventilation, they got you covered. Call your neighbors at 805-434-3741. Templeton Heating and Air Conditioning. Local, trusted, dependable.
Hi, I'm Glenn McWilliams.
And I'm Annie. As sixth-generation farmers, we understand what it takes to keep a ranch, a farm, and a community growing strong.
And that's why we started Premier Ag to bring quality feed, trusted Western wear, and real service to the Central Coast.
From hay delivery across the county to hands-on support for local youth and ag programs, we're proud to give back to the community that raised us.
And when we say from seed to stable, we mean it. We've walked the fields, we've fed the animals, and now we're here to serve families just like yours.
Come visit us at 1041 Paso Robles Street in Paso Robles and experience the difference of a store built by farmers for farmers.
From seed to store, where quality meets country.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today, we can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.
Looking for a top quality concrete coating in SLO County? Hi, I'm Matt Gifford with MGP Coatings. your trusted local expert in durable, long-lasting concrete coatings backed by Pentec's limited lifetime warranty. Whether it's residential or commercial, we deliver expert craftsmanship, premium products, and unbeatable customer service. When we say we make concrete great again, we mean it. As a locally owned, community-driven company, we take pride in transforming garages, patios, pool decks, wineries, and even interior spaces into stunning, functional areas. Are you ready to upgrade your space? Give us a call at 805-952-5301. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, or visit mattgiffordpainting.com. Join the MGP Coating family today.
What's up, North County? This is Teresa Branch with Airflow Filter Service. We are a family-owned business right here in the North County. We have air filters, oils and lubricants, and hydraulic hoses. We provide services that include air filter cleaning, DPF cleaning, and waste oil collection. Come check us out at 1140 Ramada Drive, and we can help you with all your automotive and industrial vehicle needs.
Atascadero isn't your standard getaway. We're unique, just like you. We're growing, transforming, and figuring it out as we go. We're a town filled with innovators, artists, makers, and game changers. We're a little bit country, a little bit funky, and always authentic. We're here for your good times, your slow times, and your changing times. We're all in Atascadero. Come see for yourself. Learn more at visitatascadero.com.